Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are here in Montezuma. Going to be the original Aurora Falls Railroad locomotive. Going to be running around here at the farm industry, doing some switching, some yard work, stuff like that. But getting the farm up and running, which is kind of what down here is just kind of our switch around, run around in a yard situation. Gonna have to add a few more locomotives down here so we can get, two, three running at the same time, having people moving around and stuff would be kind of fun. Just haven't got there yet. The amount of money we have just is not high enough to turn around and pick up locomotives right now. Yeah, just over 2,000, and we still need to get a much bigger coal loco. So there you go. Just kind of getting the farm industries hooked in and going. All right, wood, blah blah blah. We're building up heat. We don't have a lot of heat. Not enough pressure, hopefully, to get us moving around where we got to get around. So we did get the water filled up. Turned around and went and filled water on both farms while we were there and getting it going. We definitely don't have anything into the cattle farm yet, but that's what we're going to be solving here. Trying to get in some cattle stuff. What we can do and get going. Good time to get this stuck in here because it gives us a chance to start picking up box cars and stock cars and all of that stuff. Brakes do seem to be working right and correct since the update, so that's a positive. Definitely fixed there. Oop. Nope. Go the other way. There we go. Rolling this thing back. Now using the knuckle couplers, so some of this should be much easier. I suppose I actually should have used the map probably there. Speaking of which, as we're on our way back to this stuff, let's go make sure that our switches are aligned right, because they aren't. Okay, 5 cars. 5 cars, tier 3. That's right, those are the farm cars, box cars, sugar company cars, those are the water cars. Alright, so what we need to do is be on that track. And that should take care of it, hopefully. Let's see if we got it all right. Definitely not running long runs down here, except from the depot, bringing in the seeds. But quite frankly, most of the farm stuff just does not pay that well, as far as I'm concerned, to be running the stuff halfway across the map. So putting it all here into one industry area, kind of the idea is that, it gives you a little bit of switching to do. Big yard scenario, basically, is the deal. And so it kind of fills that part of the railroad, that we have a nice big yard area to do stuff, which is the farm field, basically. All right, brakes off, brakes off. We did just buy these and plop them down here. They are just tier 3 farm cars because they are hanging out here on the farm, not going anywhere. Probably should have just labeled them Aurora Falls now that I think about it. But we'll see if we can get this going. We can, obviously, we can use these box cars for the grain feed. The problem is right now they're full of seed. So we got to get some of this stuff out of here and use up some of the seed that's existing so we can dump those to move some of the grain over. That's going to be the idea there. Otherwise, I'd just be throwing the grain cars on the back here too and moving over some grain. And I suppose I could just dump the seed on the ground, but I don't really want to do that since I already drug them all the way down here. So gonna try to see if we can get some of the bales out and open up a little bit of room for those before we just throw them on the ground. It's kind of the idea there. Alright, let's see. Oh, that was just poor driving. Alright, reverse. Let's back this up just a half a touch. That's probably more than enough. Good. Alright, send it. See if that goes. What am I backing into? Hay bale. I'm like, I can't back up. Ah. Hay bales. That'll do it. So hopefully this will start sucking up some of the seeds out of there. We don't have any problems with everything having to be balanced or anything like that. Go take a look, actually. See if that's a thing that's happening. Not yet. Hopefully that's a thing that happens. Certainly be nice. What up, Gary? Check them out. Sitting in a window. Alright, one more load. I'm not sure if just moving, bales out of here is actually going to free anything up or not. That's the thing. Technically, I would think it should, but I don't know if that's the case with the farm industry. I know last time I thought it wasn't, but then they changed it, so it should be, as far as I know. Let's go take a look. See if we're actually using anything here. Yep, we are. Bam, sweet. So that'll free up some stuff. We just got to move over enough bales then to free up room for the seed. That'll get those cars empty, and then we'll be able to start getting some of this grain. Obviously, we have golden wheat fields and a full grain silo, so it'd be nice to empty some of that out too. A lot of this all uses the same cars, so it's going to be kind of cool. Put in some holding down here, and we'll just be able to flip stuff around, send it flying, kicking cars around, and things like that once we get comfortable in down here, obviously, and we have a few people in to do some train wreck type stuff with. All right, brakes down. I think we'll just go that way. With the turntable down here, we can always turn trains around, do whatever we need to there. Didn't put in a ton of holding because these trains don't have to be that big. I mean, if we get 6 or 8 of any of these cars down here, I think that's going to be more than what we're probably going to run at the farm. Probably put in a couple, I don't know, maybe the porters or something down here so that they can help Montezuma do things, or I don't know, maybe Mosca looks a lot like Montezuma's big brother, so maybe we'll just bring Montezuma in here for pulling it, to the seed, and then Montezuma will just be down here. Currently, this thing, Montezuma, has been pulling the boxcars up to the depot, though. Somehow it's able to pull the 2 boxcars up there, even though it wasn't able to get, the heck was it, log cars or beam? I don't remember back. Trying to pull 4 of something and couldn't do it, so we upsized locomotives. I don't remember which one that was. Still switching switches manually. I just noticed that. Like, I don't need to be jumping out of the loco anymore. That's all doable on the map. Not the game's fault. That's just me. Old habits. It's going to take me a while to stop doing that one. Every once in a while I remember to switch them on the map, but I do find myself jumping out of the loco and still flipping switches quite a bit. So that's going to be a thing. Going to take a while to get used to, for sure. Have not heard anything about main branch release yet. Obviously, I would think that they're probably working out a few little bugs with this. Not that I think there's any major bugs, and if it did hit the main branch, I don't think it'd be the end of the world, because there's not a heck of a lot going wrong right now in the game, at least going wrong. Obviously, there's new things, little adjustments here and there, little ticks, but I think most of that will get worked out easy enough. Probably should make sure that we're getting paid. We are getting paid. Again, $5 a bale. These things just do not pay tons. That's why, anybody wondering why, I just don't want to haul them all the way across the map for little itty bits of money. Very little on the farm chain is actually worth like hauling and delivering to places. So otherwise, tons of it is just worker loads, which, you need them in the game for sure, and things have to facilitate other things. So I am not saying that it's bad. I just don't want to drive them halfway across the map and spend a half an hour to do it. So moved it in here and gave it a little more of a switchy yard feel. You know, never had a big use for running a lot of things through yards, so this just kind of, you know, like I was saying before, this just kind of fills that niche in the game where we get a little bit of yard work going on here, get to flip things around. Once we, like I say, once we get a couple of locos in here, we'll probably just be kicking things around. You know, you can kick off the front of one loco to here, out the front to catch it, and kick it back with another one. We could get 3 locos in here and barely even have to be running around, just continually throwing stuff. So we'll see how that goes into the future. Might try to get some multiplayer session videos where we're just doing stuff, kicking cars around. Not too sure. Once we get it all in here. Alright, now let's go to the map and we'll try to use the map to actually flip the switch this time instead of jumping out of the loco, so that's working. Handy if you can remember to do it, that's for sure. Part of it now is going to be fighting with new features with old habits. I wonder if I should run back, grab those box. Well, we're going to have to take a little bit more. I think we're going to have to run more straw out of there before we're going to be able to actually dump all the cars. Just didn't clean up enough seed yet, so just got to keep that on plugging. Not that, you know, again, this is not money making central, that's for sure. We will not be picking up a new locomotive because of this, but hopefully we can get to our stock cars. And the cattle do start to pay fairly well, and the canned meat there eventually pays decent, but the cows really start to pay. So once we can start moving those over. What? Oh, I'm nowhere near far enough back. Jeez, bad judgment. What? That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Horrible. Alright, there we go. Dropping. Not really making tons of money, but it's doing a thing. Alright. How much room do we have over here? Well, I guess we do have plenty of room now, so we could roll back, grab those. So we'll probably do that here too. Grab those and those. That'll set us up then to start moving over some grain. Actually, probably start making a little bit of money jumping around in here. It's just 2 bales are not going to get it done. That's for sure. Alright, there is that. Back it up. Pushing it back. There we go. Hitting the brakes. Alright. I think we will try to run this back. So let's see. That we're going to need that way. That. Then we should be good. Alright. Menu down. There's that. At least the nice part is everything down here is pretty good and flat. So Montezuma, the Porters, anything should be able to work down here fairly well. Which I do have to say, that's nice. It is groovy that we got have just an absolute huge wide open space down here to use for whatever we want. I had debated putting the oil industries down here, but really thought that at the end of the day it would be nice to get the farm in here, and it all seems to be working out. So RailRoads Online is doing the farm bill thing here for a minute for me. Alright, a little bit of brakes, a little more brakes. Alright. Hopefully that hooked up everything. Not that I heard anything clicking. But looks good. Moving along. Where are we at on wood? Still got plenty of wood. This is kind of just Montezuma's game, you know, running in an oversized yard, plenty of switching stuff. In the long run, we'll probably, you know, we don't really have a lot of mixed trains to bring in here. We just have seeds, so we'll probably have maybe hook Mosca up for a big seed train so he can just bring it in here, drop it, and go sit, and then Montezuma can come in and do the rest. Everything's down here. I'm not exactly sure. Long-term plans still up in the air for this one. Never really clustered industries before, so kind of a new process for me. Though I can say it's actually given me some interest in the wheat or the farm chain. Not that I don't usually have a lot of interest in the farm chain. There's just other things that pay more for the amount of work. So I tend to do that stuff more so than this. But with this down here, it actually, you know, I am liking the ability to just kind of come in and fiddle around with doing stuff and not have to always go on the open road. So it's kind of nice. A little bit different. Backing this up. You definitely need to get signage in here and stuff like that, but for the most part, this is really actually working out, and I'm digging it. There we go. Didn't hit tier 7 too long ago. We're already, looks like we're, I don't know, almost halfway through tier 7 already. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Alright. Let's see. Give it a load. Drop those. Do we dare go for it? We're going for it. I think we'll get it. There. Okay. Definitely working. Definitely fitting in there, and that's gonna allow us to start moving over grain. So this will be a 2-for-1 after this. That's cool. All right, those look like they are all out. So let's kick this into gear. Move that up just a bit. Mixed train, even though it's not going very far, that's for sure. Alright, those. And let's see if we can get them both. Yeah, we definitely can. Boom. There we go. Need 100 of them over here. Quite a bit. Actually holds. Yeah, holds quite a lot. And then we just need to get grain over here, and we'll actually start producing some cows. Suppose we could go, yeah, I think that's probably long enough. Now that we got this, we'll keep running. Obviously, I'll run some mixed loads, get the straw over, get the grain over. That's going to let us start producing some cows, and we should have some corned beef, canned beef, whatever you want to call it, on the way to the depot coming up sometime soon, which should provide us with a decent payday. So we'll get that going and make some progress. But I think with that, we're going to call it a win and say thanks for tuning in. Remember, if you get a chance, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.